Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to Livestream Tuesday. We're just going to see who's online, maybe play a few tracks, and also hopefully we're going to iron out the gremlins from last week. But having said that, 5 minutes ago I did try and go live and the software that I used crashed. So we'll see how long this lasts for and if I'm even live at the moment, because I never know. All I do is just start talking to the camera and it says that I'm live, but I don't actually know if it goes out onto YouTube. But anyway, I'm going to continue as if I am live, and I'm going to get the names of my patrons on screen, because last week I had these running across the bottom of the screen and there were gaps in the names. People's names weren't quite showing up properly, so I'm going to try this now and see if this actually works. What I'm also going to do is look over to the right hand side and see if on my screen that it's saying that I'm online, because we will have a look and hopefully it's all okay. It looks like we might be live. Let me just see if I can... Yes, I can see all the comments. So, cool. We're live. At the moment, we're live, so it's working so far. So, massive thank you to my patrons, whose names you can see down here. At the moment, over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, I'm up to 98 patrons, which is amazing. So, 2 more for 100. But these are the 98 names that you can see over there. And thank you guys so much for your support. These are the guys that make these videos possible, the live stream, also the analysis videos that I do every night, and also the cover videos that I do every month as well. So thank you guys so much, and thank you for everybody who's tuning in. If anybody is tuning in, it looks like we've got a few people in the house. We've got William L and Melissa Moore and Mary. Let me just see if this is actually working. Hopefully there aren't too many gremlins. And yes, I can see that the names are coming up, and Laurie's in the house as well, so hello guys. Now last week somebody said, oh, stop reading out the names because, I don't know what they said, stop reading out the names because it's off-putting or something, but I like to mention people that are actually watching, else what's the point in being live if you can't interact with people? But anyway, right, this week I am going to get started. Oh, before I forget, hit the like button. I never say that. This is the first time I've ever said that at the beginning of the video. If you get a chance and you're watching this, please hit the like button, because I want to try and beat the record that we got last week. I think we did make it over 100 last week. I'm going to look for the experts to give me the exact figures on what we hit last week in terms of the likes. But if you do get a chance, hit that like button. That'd be massively appreciated. So starting this week, we're going to play one of the ballads from my album, and maybe another ballad from the album later as well, depending on if people want to hear it or not. But I haven't played a ballad from the album yet. It's been all up-tempo tracks. So I'm going to be playing this track called Paris Nord, and I did an acoustic version of this on YouTube a couple of months ago, and people said, oh, you should record this as a full song, not knowing that it is actually on my album as a full song. So we're going to be listening to this. It's called Paris Nord. Now this is the album version of the track, so we're just going to be looking at a picture whilst you're listening to it, but hopefully it sounds good enough to not need a video. But this is called Paris Nord, and yeah, it's a ballad, so brace yourselves. And it hasn't even got a main guitar solo in it. It's got a little bit of guitar in there, but yeah, I kind of held back on the solo because I thought it didn't quite fit. But let's have a little listen to this. This is my track called Paris Nord, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Rock. And there we go. That was my track called Paris Nord. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was funny because I was looking over at the comments whilst that was going on, and who was it that was saying, oh, I'm waiting for the solo, but I said there's no solo on this track. I might play another ballad that has got a solo on it a little bit later, maybe in the program, in the show, if I'm calling this a show. Just because some people might like to hear a solo at some point. But thank you guys for tuning in and everyone for commenting. It's massively appreciated. Hello, patrons. And I've done a refresh on this list that goes along here because the names are all there, but it seems to be missing out some. So I've done a refresh on it, and hopefully, I think it was Melissa that was looking for her name and couldn't see her name. So hopefully look out for it again because it might happen. I'm going to be looking out for it now to see, but obviously that's going to be a very boring video if you're just watching me, watching myself, looking at the screen to see the names that come up. But hopefully it comes up there. So everybody, if you get a chance, please hit the like button. That would be massively appreciated. I'm not sure if I can... Oh, I can see on the screen that we're at 40 likes. Excellent. And we're up to 2 dislikes. Excellent. There are always dislikes. And it's funny because, I mean, it is literally funny that some people spend so long on my channel just to write negative comments. And one thing that I had, was it today or yesterday, but I had one person that did 10 comments in a row that were all negative comments. So they must have spent 5 or 10 minutes of their life on my channel writing to me. I think some of these people that, if they spent half the time that they spent commenting on other people's videos actually practicing their own guitar playing, they'd actually be decent players, but they spend so much time going around videos and just trolling, as it's called. But I just find it entertaining that they're actually on my channel and somehow they, you know, they don't realise, they can't see the irony of them spending time on my channel, you know, slagging it off, because they're then improving its ratings and its interactability and the amount of comments. So yeah, I always find it quite funny that A, these people have got the time to do it, but then B, they don't realise they're actually boosting my channel by doing so many comments. So thank you to those people that are giving dislikes and also just leaving comments, because yeah, it really helps with everything. Obviously likes help as well, so you know, if you get a chance, hit that like button, that would be massively appreciated. But that whole trolling thing, I've said before on YouTube videos that the best video in the world ever, no matter what it is, if you had a perfect video, somebody would dislike it. I don't know why, but they just do. It's one of those things that people will just hit a dislike. I remember one person that I had on my channel, they were waiting for me to upload so they could instantly hit a dislike. So they actually put their whole night on hold just to do that. So yeah, amazing that somebody's got that amount of time to do it. I wish I had that time to go around and comment on lots of different channels and lots of different videos. But thank you everyone who does comment and actually does constructive comments that actually tell me stories about the artists that I'm actually featuring, and just give me sometimes really cool little bits of information that I haven't included in the video. But then they tell me things about when they went to see them live, the particular artist that I am featuring at the time. So that's cool and always good to read about, and I always read every comment and reply to every comment as well. But let's have a little look over here, because who have we got here? We've got Wesley in the house, we've got Kathy as well, and George and Laurie and Gwen. Hello Gwen, Gwen's in the house, and Scott as well, and James. So hi guys, thanks for tuning in, it's much appreciated. And Brad has just donated $1, so thank you Brad for that. That is massively appreciated. And whenever there's one of those donation things, it comes up in big, I'm not sure if it's the same on your screen, but it comes up in a big blue rectangle, so it really stands out. So Brad, thank you so much for that, and for everybody just tuning in. And I'm going to be maybe playing this other ballad that I've got lined up. It's Amelia from my album. I've got an album called Persistence, which is on iTunes and Amazon, and it's also on the website wingsofpegasus.com/store, so you guys can check that out if you want to. But this is going to be another ballad. It's ballad night tonight, this Tuesday night. It just happens to be ballad night. I'm going to be playing both of these. There is another kind of ballad on the album, but this one is actually starting with piano. So I've thrown in a little bit of piano to start with, but I assure you there's a guitar solo in this one and it gets a little bit rocky towards the end. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. This is going to be my track called Amelia, but let me just check something because I might have to try and set this up because the first time I launched it, it crashed and now it looks like it's disappeared. So we're going to have to work around this a little bit and maybe play a video that I did last week, which was Percy Johnson. And this is just the lyric video to it. But hopefully you guys will like this while I'm sorting out the Amelia track, because it looks like the Gremlins are back again. But hopefully, I think this track's going to be about 3.5, 4 minutes long. So let's see if I can sort it out. Oh my God, look what's been going on while I've been just nattering on about Gremlins. We have got, let's have a little look here. We've got Bethany Dawn Thompson, $4.99. And thank you so much for that. That's a donation. Thank you so much for that, Bethany. Massively appreciated. What's going on here? We've got Jennifer as well. Jennifer M says, hello from Texas. Hello, Jennifer. She's just donated $20. So thank you so much, guys. It's crazy. And then APB 5000 says, you rock, Phil, and has donated $20 as well. Thank you so much. And now we've got Sandra as well. Parnanen. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Sandra's just donated $19.99. So wow, thank you so much, guys. What a great way to introduce the next track of this Percy Johnson track with all of those donations. Thank you, guys. It's massively appreciated. It just blows my mind when that happens because it's just crazy that you guys would support me in that way. But thank you so much. It's massively appreciated. So on that note, let's get into Percy Johnson, and I'm going to try and sort this Amelia track out in the background, and hopefully it doesn't crash. If I disappear, that's what's happened, but fingers crossed. And somebody let me know if Melissa's name has been on screen yet, because it's the elusive name that doesn't seem to be there, but we will find out after this. So somebody message me if you get a chance. So let's have a little look at this video. Percy Johnson, rock!
Beyond London
So that was my track called Percy Johnson. And just quickly, I'm going to look over here because we had a couple more donations. And Robert Horn, he donated $5. So thank you so much, Robert, for that. The screen goes really quickly. There should be a place where I can see the donations all in one place. I found the page last week, but I can't remember where the page is. But then also Mary Ellington, who donated $1.99. So thank you, Mary, so much for that. Thank you guys all for tuning in and for getting involved on the videos on YouTube and for commenting and for just telling me lots of stories and all that cool stuff. And thank you so much for your support, patrons, whose names you can see here. Now, has Melissa's name gone past on this little thing that we've got going on? I'm not sure. Can somebody confirm if it's like spot the name? Could anybody see Melissa's name on here? Because I'm going to keep it going until it shows it, because I'm hoping that it is going to work. But hi Brad, and let's have a little look. Oh, Melissa's just said yes, it has. Excellent. So Melissa's name is now in the list. So Melissa, one of my patrons over on Patreon. If you want to go over there yourself, head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. And I might have a link for it somewhere. Oh, I do, but it's hidden behind that. There we go. That's the link if you want to head over to the Patreon site. And that's the names that have been going across the screen for this whole live stream so far. So anyway, in the background, whilst that was all going on, let me get that out of the way in the background. Whilst that was all going on, I think I've sorted out this Amelia track. It might work, it might not work. So let's cross our fingers. Oh, and everyone hit the like button if you get a chance, please. I always forget to ask for people to like the video, but if you could, it would be appreciated because it helps it get out into the YouTube universe and people can maybe check out this channel and check out either my music videos, my original stuff, and the analysis videos as well. So let's get into this. Let's see if this Amelia track's going to work. I'm hoping that it is. Fingers crossed. This is another ballad from my album. This one starts, as I said, with piano, so it's a little bit of a different vibe going on, but I hope you guys like it. If it works, fingers crossed, I'll see you on the other side. Rock. As you could probably tell, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Unbelievable. I think I might have a version of this that is a demo version. I'm not sure, but I might be able to play the demo version of it or not. I don't think I'm going to risk it. I'm just going to quit while I'm ahead and not even try and play that track because we've already had a couple of tracks and maybe it's good to leave it as one ballad and one slightly more up-tempo one. But hopefully I can get it to work next week. It's funny because last week Paris Nord didn't work and then I play it this week, and this week Amelia doesn't work, so I have to play that next week as well. But I might play another one of my original ones in a second. I'll obviously have to find it and set it up and all that kind of stuff, but let's have a little look over to the right hand side here. Let's see what's going on. We've got is that Gwen, who's donated $5. Gwen, thank you so much for that. It's just crazy what's going on at the moment with this super chat thing, but thank you so much for that, Gwen. It's massively appreciated. I always say it's massively appreciated, but it is. It really is. It makes such a difference to everything, just being able to buy strings and just buy shampoo. Let's not start with that again. I've probably got enough to last me a lifetime of shampoo, or at least maybe 5 years of shampoo with the donation. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to play the last single I did, which was supported on Patreon. So this is something that was only possible through the support from people on Patreon. And this one's called Running Blind. Quite a serious song, but this one gets requested quite a lot. So I'll put this one on the show. I'm hoping that this is going to work. So let's click the button and let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. Rock.
With the sense of decency
go. That was my track called Running Blind. I hope you enjoyed that one. And I had a few messages because I can read them whilst the track is going on. And somebody said they weren't sure of the message of the track. And it was basically one of these songs that I had to get down because it feels like, or at least it felt like me at the time that I was writing it, that the earth would be better off without humans. Because as you saw, I found that footage of leaders actually getting together. Instead of discussing issues, they ended up fighting. They're actually fighting in suits, fighting each other. It's like, it is so animalistic, and, you know, don't even get me started on how the world is run and all that kind of stuff. But it's just a song that had to go down. But there's so many issues, I think, that are going wrong with the world as we live in it at the moment. And unfortunately, as you saw, some of the footage is just kind of crazy. But the whole, you know, all the terrorism as well, which we actually get, well, we used to get in London. Fortunately, it's really up to the security. So now we don't have as much really here in England, in London, but some absolutely catastrophic and tragic losses of life that we've got here. But let's not get too down. But the whole video, you can watch it and maybe listen to the lyrics and see the footage and try and get a vibe for what I'm saying in the song. But certainly my most serious song to date, with a very kind of serious undercurrent to it. But thank you guys for listening to it in the first place, and I hope you liked it. It's one of those ones that you just kind of put down what you're thinking at the time and then hope that people like the musical arrangement that you put to it as well. And somebody said about the solo, so thank you for complimenting me on this solo, because, well, I'm a guitarist by nature. My singing is very much a learned skill, so I still work on that to try and keep it, you know, up to scratch, but also to try and improve it and get a little bit better, because I'm much better at the guitar than I am vocally. But hopefully in the future I can work at that a little bit more and get the vocals a bit closer to the guitar. But thank you so much, guys. I'm going to quickly look over here because we've had a couple more donations. We've had Carl Swenson, who says rock. Thanks for covering a few requests. Love the analysis. Thank you for that, Carl. Thanks for watching the analysis videos. And let's have a look. We've got Jennifer M for $10. Thank you, Jennifer, so much. And just said, that solo, exclamation mark. And yes, in the solo, I think I saw in there somewhere as well about working on my country accent, or at least my American accent, because I can't do accents apart from when I sing, because I mentioned last week I learned to sing from American DVDs and videos. So I've somehow taken on that way of singing in order to sing, because, as I said, I learned from nothing to then be able to sing. But in terms of doing it on purpose, I can't do it on purpose. I wouldn't know a country twang, like how to do it. Even if somebody explained it to me, I probably still wouldn't be able to do it. So the country covers are a little bit of a way off at the moment until I can learn to do that. I don't know, maybe it's possible to learn, but I think I'll just sound absolutely ridiculous. So for the moment, I'll stick to my rock and hard rock and a little bit of pop maybe, but yeah, not really going over to that country yet, not until I've got that twang. But also on the solo for the video that we just had a look at, Running Blind, there's a little bit of tapping in there, and all these techniques that I explain, well, I don't explain them, but I point them out on the analysis videos, alternate picking and all that kind of stuff. You can have a little look at the video and see those little tricks that you can use in order to get your playing a little bit more concise and cleaner, or at least to get the notes to pop out at the listeners. Then little techniques like that, alternate picking, economy picking, all those kind of little things that you can have in your arsenal to help you. But anyway, let's get back to what's going on here. And William L is in the house. Let's have a little look here. Bill Smith. Yes, Bill says, don't forget to hit the like button or the thumbs up, people. So that is very good advice. Hit that thumbs up if you can. I think 113 likes. That's got to be a new record. We've got to have just got a new record, guys. So that's great, 113, and now it's just jumped up to 118. So it obviously works, because that was like 9. Everybody clicked at once there. It just went up by 9 likes. So thank you so much, guys, for hitting the like button. Up to 122. I'm just going to give a running commentary on watching the thumbs up and just seeing the number go up. So 122, that is definitely a new record. 128 now, that is an even better record. So we are just increasing it week on week, and there's 121 people watching at the moment, down to 118. Some people obviously just want to go and make a cup of tea. So 137 likes. So since I said it, that's like 20 likes more. So thank you guys so much. It's massively appreciated to help get these videos out there a little bit as well. But also to cover other bands that people might not know, because on the analysis videos that I do, sometimes people say, I've never heard of this band. So no matter how much you think people know about other artists, sometimes they don't actually know the artists and never heard of a particular guitarist. And you think, well, how can you not have heard of this guitarist? But some people, you know, I guess you know what you know. It's the same with me. Somebody might suggest somebody that I check out, and then I'll see the video and go, oh my God, they're amazing. And then I have to then get them on my channel as well, just to show other people how great some of these guitar players are that aren't necessarily that well known. And this is another thing, another interesting comment that I had on YouTube, where somebody said, why do you focus on so many players that aren't very well known? Just do all the big players, because then you'll get more views and you'll make more money and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't start doing analysis videos for money or for popularity. It's because one person asked me, they said, can you look at this person playing and just explain what's going on? Because I don't understand this and I don't understand that. And why is he better than this other player? So then I did a video and started to explain it. And it just so happens that a lot more people are watching the videos, but it's still the same premise. It's one person suggesting something and me looking at it and trying to explain what's going on, and maybe giving a bit of history to the artist as well. So I see a lot of these reaction videos. I always say this in the comments, that should be called inception videos. A lot of people that are seeing a band for the first time, that's called an inception, because you've never seen it before. A reaction is something you can react to anything. If this mic exploded, I'd react to it. It doesn't mean I've never seen a mic before in my life, or I've never seen an explosion before in my life. They're using the wrong word. But anyway, enough about people getting it wrong with reaction. Anyway, my reaction videos include analysis, which is what they started out being until the definition got a little bit wrong. But the people that are doing these reaction videos that are actually inception videos, I see them all the time. They're always focusing on the big bands. It's just, you know, time after time after time, just chasing views. Whereas music isn't about that, and art isn't about that. It's not about a popularity contest. It's just giving the floor to everybody and focusing on what you think talent is. If there's a really talented individual, why would you not focus on that? Say, look guys, look how good this person is, because they deserve a little bit of attention as well. I guess I've got the advantage of seeing it from a different point of view as an independent musician myself. I think the more light you can get around on independent musicians as well as signed big artists, you know, the better, because it just means more music will get out there. And also you actually give people more exposure than they would otherwise necessarily get, and they might never ever get any exposure at all. But I hope that by getting their videos out there a little bit, it helps to spread the love and spread the music and just spread the appreciation of some of the artists out there that might not be that well known but are absolutely top-rate players. But anyway, that's just what my channel, in terms of the analysis side of it, I'll pretty much look at anything, as long as it, you know, I'm not going to be looking at something that's got lots of swearing on and that kind of stuff, because I want everybody to be able to watch these videos. Another comment I had was from a mum who said that she likes to watch the videos with her kids because it introduces them to music that they will never hear, and especially artists that she used to listen to growing up. And some of these other videos have lots of swearing on it, so it's not exactly the best thing to get kids into music. I mean, why can't kids listen or watch YouTube videos about older artists and see the people that actually laid the foundation for so many generations after them of guitar players and singers and great bands? Because it all came from that previous generation. But yeah, anyway, before I just keep on talking for like the next hour about the music industry and where it's gone and where I think it should be and where it isn't and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to look over to the right again and just say hello, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We're up to 142 likes. That has absolutely smashed the last record. I think the last record was about 100 or maybe 106. So to get 143 is absolutely crazy. So thank you guys so much for hitting that like button. If you are watching and you haven't hit the like button yet, if you could, that would be great. And somebody else a long time ago actually said, what's the time in England? And the time is 1:45 at night, obviously. So it's getting a little bit late. I don't want this to go on for too long because I think I've got to start going to bed earlier, because after I finish this, I used to do an analysis video, but then I was going to bed at like 5 a.m, 6 a.m. And then I got ill because I was just, I think, working too much at doing it. So now Tuesday night is just going to be these live streams. And after this, I then get straight back into the comments on YouTube and see what people are saying over there. On the analysis videos. So thank you guys for tuning in. I did see that, let's have a little look down here. Oh, Donald in New Mexico. Hello, he says, did you see that tear there? I'm not sure what he's trying to say, but Donald is over on Patreon as well. So hello, Donald. Thanks for tuning in, but I'm not sure what you're saying there. We've got Outlaw Rickenbacker, 11:43 a.m. in Australia. So, well, just starting. You're just starting your day as mine is just ending. So thank you for tuning in. It's, at 11:43 in the morning. Maybe this a little bit of a break that you're on at work. I'm not sure. And let's have a look. Gregor Miller just donated $20 and said, Raikuda, if you haven't already, have I done? I'm not sure if I'm going to put that on my list as soon as this finishes. Not top of the list, but it's going to be in the list. This is the other thing that when I get suggestions, but thank you so much, by the way, for that, Gregor, that $20. Thank you again. It's, really appreciated a lot. And yes, getting to the list and when people get suggestions and ask me whether I've done a video, sometimes I watch so many videos that I forget how many I've done and who I've covered, because I might watch a particular guitarist a lot outside of the analysis videos, and then I can't remember whether I've actually done something on them specifically. Whereas on the actual list of people that I get in terms of the requests, I just literally add it to a list and all of these names just pile up. So I'm sure that, Raikuda will be in there somewhere, and I'll definitely get to him, but he'll definitely be in the list now. So we'll look out for that one, Gregor. I'll get to that as soon as I can and as soon as it comes up in the list. This is the other thing that I try not to favor particular artists, like I mentioned about before, just people saying focus on the big artists because you get more views. I try not to favor. I just go through my list and just get to them when I get to them. If there are big names on there, then I'll cover them. If there are smaller names, then I'll get to them as well. It's just where they are in the list, just go from top to bottom. But I'll be doing that again tomorrow night. Analysis videos resume on Wednesday. So every night apart from Tuesday night, that's just going to be my live stream, my little relaxation night, because sometimes when I have problems with the analysis videos, it can take so long to upload as well. Sometimes I think with my software, it's getting worse because the files that it's making are like 2.5 gigabytes, and I then have to try and compress that, and it takes a long time to compress it, and then once I've got it down to under a gigabyte, and then have to upload it to YouTube, and there's a lot of time spent not necessarily doing the video, but just getting it up on the internet. So it takes a little bit of a while sometimes, but Tuesday night is my relaxation night. Listen to some music, chill out with you guys, and do the analysis videos back on Wednesday night. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I think I'm going to have to call this a day soon. Last chance to hit that like button, because I'm going to be gone in maybe 5 minutes, maybe a little bit less, because I'd like to get straight back into the analysis videos in terms of the comments. This is the other thing that because I try and answer all the comments and the Facebook and the Instagram and the website and the Twitter, there's so many messages all over the place. I'm literally jumping from site to site to try and keep up with it all. So I need to spend a little bit of time doing that. And obviously, you guys, it's great to hang out with you guys on a Tuesday night, just as a bit of a break and just relax and see what's going on with everyone, and also where people are tuning in from, like Australia, which is amazing that it's in the morning there still, and I'm about to go to bed. So thank you guys for tuning in from all over the world. Let me just have a quick look over here because we've got some questions. We've got Curtis Ball says, Phil, it's just gone out of the screen. Do you write music first, then lyrics, or vice versa, or a mix? So interestingly, I did a video on how I make my songs and how I do the cover songs as well, in terms of all the equipment I use and my process. I did that on Patreon last month. So that's a video that's on there. But in terms of the process that I go through, because I'm a guitarist at heart, the riff is the first thing, or the guitar progressions in terms of the chords. That's what I get down first. There'll always be a little riff that you play when you're just jamming or you're messing around. You think, oh, that's quite good. So then I record it on my phone, and then I work the rest of the song, like the verse and the chorus, around that riff, try and take that riff to a different place, and work on the chords. So very much the guitar, I'll have a whole guitar track, and then I'll get down maybe, the bass and the drums as well, and probably redo the guitar. I'm only really putting down a guide to begin with in terms of the progression and where I want to go with it. And the most important thing really is the drums and the bass. Those are the two things that I always record first. Get down that rhythm section and then see how the guitar works over the top. Because a lot of people who do record, as you know, sometimes you change guitar parts depending on the mix and how it sounds with the bass and with the drums that you've got going on. Because it's all about dynamics and trying to get everything heard and things sitting in particular places. So it's a juggling act, but sometimes you do change the way that you're playing a particular riff, or whether you're picking, or whether you're putting in rhythm chugs. So many things work well in certain situations, and in other situations they don't work at all. But that's it. My process is first thing drums, then bass. Then I get down the guitars. With a guitar solo, sometimes I leave the guitar solo for a little bit, just if I want to compose a particular solo, then it'll take me a little bit longer. And then obviously the final thing, once I've got that whole backing track, then it's the vocals and then the backing vocals. Well, backing vocals first and then the main vocals as well. But those vocals you can do in any order. I don't really mind whether I do backing vocals first or do the main vocal first and then sing along with myself afterwards. But so that's what I go through, just in case you're interested to answer your question. But anyway, I'm just looking over here, and let me just scroll down to see what's been going on. Jennifer says, another video with Sina. That's what I was going to play tonight, but I totally forgot that, because a few people have said, oh, you've got to check out Sina, this young drummer on YouTube. And they don't realize that I've actually worked with Sina before, and we did a track together. And I'll maybe play that next week, because I can get this Amelia track from my album sorted and get the Sina track on next week as well. But I'll play that, and I'll mention that next week as well, because a lot of people are telling me to check out Sina, but obviously I know Sina very well from having done that. So it's an amazing drummer. Check her out if you get a chance. Just Sina drums. If you type that in, you'll find her. She does so many different covers, and she's also in a band as well. So check her out if you get a chance. But I'll play the song that I did with her next week. But anyway, look, I think we're going to have to call it a day there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're up to 179 likes. That's absolutely crazy. The problem is, how are we going to beat that next week, because it's so high? But if you do get a chance to hit the like button, please hit the like button, and we'll just see what we can do next week. Maybe we can beat it, but it's certainly an impressive record so far, 173, and 180 it's just jumped up to. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, patrons, as always, for your support. And thank you everyone for commenting underneath the videos, on the analysis videos, and also for checking out my original stuff and commenting on that as well, and checking out the covers that I do on YouTube. So thank you to everyone, especially for tuning in and spending your morning or evening or afternoon, whatever it is where you are. Thank you for spending the time with me here online. And this is great because this live stream has worked the whole way through, apart from when it crashed the first time I tried. It is now working the whole way through. So it's great for the future. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can have more of the same and just an uninterrupted live stream next week as well. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And if I don't see you at the comment section of the analysis videos, I'll see you next week at exactly the same time, same place, Tuesday night, 12 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. You might have to work out to see if you can make it. If you're watching this in the future and it's not live, then hopefully it will say when it was broadcast so that you can check out when it will be live next time, and then you can join in with the gang here on YouTube. But hi guys and bye guys, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for all the support on YouTube and all across my social media. It is massively appreciated. But I will catch you guys next week or at the video. So catch you later guys. Thanks for tuning in. Rock!